y'all doing today? It's your boy Jermaine from Eat Right Guys Nutrition and Fitness, back with another video. And one of my subscribers requested that I do a day in the life of a renal dietitian. So I did the best that I can with this video. It's going to be some things about my job that I leave out. And I want to make a disclaimer that there will be no patient information in this video. So let's start out with giving y'all a tour of my clinic. All right, so let me give y'all a little tour of my office, which is usually a perk at working at a dialysis clinic is you usually have your own office. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes you may have to share your office with a nurse, or you may have to share your office with a social worker. But here's some pill holders or phosphorus binder holders, some pamphlets for Velphoro that the drug reps be giving us, some books up here. Got some samples of Nepro. All this junk, man. All right, let's move over here. As you can see, this is one of my educational materials, just kind of giving an example of how many liters and ounces water looks like. And here's a drawer full of my education materials. As you can see, I got materials for everything under the sun in terms of renal nutrition that I can give the patients. Got some zone bars right there, which is like a protein type bar. And here is a tour of the clinic. As you can see, these are the dialysis machines and the chairs. Let's go over to a machine real quick. You see the chair. I don't know how any of this stuff works, but this is what these patients are hooked up to. And this is like what the standard dialysis clinic looks like. This is the scale that they all stand on when they first come into the clinic and when they leave. Got a measuring chart for their height. Got a patient bathroom. And that is about it. So one of the learning curves of being a renal dietitian is scheduling your day-to-day activities and where you need to be. So let me show you how I actually come up with my schedule from month to month. In dialysis, what you do on a day-to-day basis has a lot of different factors, and it's completely different compared to working in a clinical setting. So at the beginning of every month, I like to make my own calendar so I can know where I need to be each day and what things I need to get done, so I can make sure I have everything complete before the month is over. So currently I work 3 different dialysis clinics. I work 2 in-center hemodialysis clinics, and I work a home clinic where we see at home or home hemodialysis as well as peritoneal. So when I first get my calendar, we're going to use January 2022 as an example. The first things I like to mark on my calendar is the doctor rounding days, because I know whenever the doctor rounds at a clinic, I need to be at that clinic. So for my home clinic where we see peritoneal and home hemodialysis, the doctor that works there, she comes twice a month. And she usually comes on consecutive days and usually at the end of the month. So theoretically, we're going to put down on the calendar that she comes in on the 20th and 21st. So I'll put home rounds and home rounds. And I like to put this in bold so it can stand out on my calendar as the days where I need to be there. In my other 2 clinics that are in center, they're only open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Usually clinics are open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then you have a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday shift. But these are 2 smaller clinics. So the doctors that round there, they only come once a month. And so it's either going to be on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So theoretically, we're going to put one of the clinics, which I'll name South. We'll have the doctor rounded on the 24th of this month. And then we'll have my other clinic as the doctor rounding on the 26th. And so I'll put that in bold. All right. And so next is I want to find out when I need to pass out labs and do vitamin D changes. So whenever I have like my in-center hemodialysis, the South Clinic, whatever day we do rounds, 2 days later, we'll get the labs back, and then I'll go to the treatment floor and I will print out a report card of all their labs, and I'll go to each patient detailing what their lab values are and if I need to make any changes to any one of them. So for my South Clinic, we do labs the second Wednesday of every month. So we'll put this right here. So this will be on the 12th. And so whenever we draw labs on a Wednesday, we'll always get it back on a Friday. If we draw labs on a Monday, we'll get it back on a Wednesday. So I know that Friday the 14th, I need to be at my South Clinic passing labs because that's when I'm going to get the results back. And also I'm going to be doing my vitamin D changes there. And then my other clinic, which I named Point, we do labs the second Monday of every month. So I know Monday the 10th, the patients are going to get their labs drawn. On the 12th, I'll have the results back and I need to be there. So passing labs and then vitamin D changes for this clinic, which I shouldn't. Well, all right. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 6 days where I know where I need to be. So in terms of home hemodialysis, if you cover one of those clinics, the people that are on peritoneal dialysis, they only come like twice a month. They always come at the beginning of the month to get their labs drawn, and then they come again to the clinic whenever the doctor is there. So the first week of every month, I have all my peritoneal dialysis patients coming into the clinic to get their labs drawn. So I know the first week I'm going to be at the home clinic. And so while I'm there, I'm going to be talking to the patients. I'm going to be passing out in-center nutritional supplements for the patients that are eligible for that. I'm also going to be doing any kind of assessments that I need to be, whether it's initial assessments, 90-day, annual, and things like that. And also, if there's any paperwork or anything like that I need to get signed by the patient, this is the time that I do it. So the first week of the month, I'm going to be at the home clinic. So I'll just copy and paste that. All right. And like I said, my other 2 clinics are only open on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I know any Tuesday and Thursday, I'm just going to label it that I'm at the home clinic, because my other clinics are closed. All right. And so now with my remaining time slots, I try to go to each clinic at least once a month. And so like here on the 10th, I could go to the South Clinic, or I'll go to the Point Clinic because I know that they're getting their labs done. And so this is a good time where I can educate them, let them know, hey, we're checking your labs, blah, 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 get ready for everything. And then let's say on the 17th, I go to the South Clinic. Like I say, I just try to go to each clinic at least once a month so I can see the patients and they always know who I am. And that's basically how I come up with my schedule. And this is just kind of something that's not set in stone. Like I say, for instance, on the 17th, where I have that I'm going to the South Clinic, I may even go to the Point Clinic, or I may go to the home clinic. It all depends on what I have to do. Other things I'll put on the calendar is like if I have an RD meeting. And also we do meetings every month for each clinic to where we basically go over how our clinic is doing. The doctor participates, the nurse, the facility administrator, social worker, and those we consider that at the VITA FHR meetings. And so I'll put that there whenever we have those meetings. We're doing them virtual for the most part, but sometimes we do them in person. So I know, okay, at this time I need to be at this clinic. So this is basically how I formulate my schedule throughout the day. And like I say, while I'm at the clinic, I'm educating patients, I'm calling patients, I'm going over labs. And I forgot to mention, in terms of going over labs for my home patients, since they only show up once or twice a week. So like, for instance, my patients that come the 3rd to get their labs drawn, I'm going to get these labs back on the 5th. So I know on the 5th, I need to call all my patients from the 3rd and go over their labs and make any kind of changes like that. So I don't see them in person to make changes. It's all over the phone. And compared to my in-center hemodialysis, where the patients are in center, will actually give them the report cards and go over it with them. But then when they come for rounds, I actually will print out their report cards and give them a hard copy of that. So one of the most important things that we have to do throughout the year is patient assessment. So here's a form that I use to help me gather the required information that I need. All right, so here's an example of our comprehensive assessment. So basically going through the anthropometrics, do a 24-hour food recall, urine output, document if they lost any weight unintentionally. As you can see, a continuation with the food recall, food preferences, supplements, if they have any allergies or intolerances, dental status, swallowing, also appetite and GI problems if they have any of that. And then functional capacity and physical activity. So basically determining who cooks their foods, who does their grocery shopping, are they having any issues getting food, also how active they are, any comorbidities that we need to know that's not listed on their medical history or in their chart. And then you can do a malnutrition exam. It's not as thorough as it would be in a hospital because you really can't really do a physical exam on a dialysis patient when they're fully clothed and they're around other people. So you kind of just do it to the best of your ability. And then we have, if they had any recent hospitalizations and why, bone and mineral management, which is very important in dialysis patients, especially phosphorus, PTH, and calcium, and how all that interrelates with each other, and if the patient has diabetes. So that is about it. Fill out this form and then put it in a computer. So basically, it's like the same information that you'll see in the nutrition care process, but it's not structured as so. It's basically how this company wants the information written, but it's basically all the same information for the most part. We don't have any PES statements or anything like that, and they don't really require any goals for the most part. So, but kind of have to do what they tell you, but you still get the information that you need, especially for this population. All right, so I didn't include all of our responsibilities as a dietitian in this video. There is a medication aspect of it, such as making changes to their vitamin D analogs, such as calcitriol, hectorol, and Zemplar. And also if a patient is on a calcimimetic, such as Sensipar and Parsabiv, we have protocols or algorithms that we use that are signed off by the doctor, and so we can kind of know how to adjust it based off of their PTH, their phosphorus, and their calcium levels. Also, I didn't include what we have to do with binders. So not only are we responsible for educating the patient on how to take binders, the different type of binders, if a patient has a high copay on a binder, we are responsible for helping these patients get them at a reduced price or a more affordable price, usually by signing them up for patient assistance programs or recommending a cheaper phosphorus binder. So if you're a student and a dietitian, hopefully this video was helpful. If you're a dietitian that's considering becoming a renal dietitian and for whatever reason you are intimidated by it because of the complexities of renal nutrition, I say, hey, you've made it this far being a dietitian. It's gonna be a learning curve, but you may enjoy this better than the career that you already have. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you enjoyed the channel, subscribe, leave a like, comment, and I'll see y'all for the next video. Peace out.